Ahmed. Okay.
He attends Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University.
Correct.
And his worst food is Don Wake.
Correct.
He operates computer at his free time.
Okay.
And he would do business if he has such kind of money.
He will do business?
Yes.
With $1 million?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Okay, third?
Yes, the third person on my list is Hasia Ibrahim Sarki.
Hasia. Okay.
She attends Kano Polytechnic.
Okay.
And her worst food is yam porridge.
Ooh. Wow. Is that correct? Okay.
At her free time, she will do consultation.
Ah, okay.
And she will do business with $1 million.
With $1 million?
Yes.
You got 3 people?
Yes. The fourth person on my list is Aisha Abubakar.
Where's Aisha? Aisha Abubakar. Okay, good.
She attended Usman Danfodio University.
Correct. Okay.
Then her worst food is tuwo shinkafa.
Okay.
Yes, she would read at her free time.
Okay.
And to help her community, like to put up school, set up school in her community if she has such amount of money.
Okay.
Then the fifth person, which is the last person on my list, is Isa Idi Kasama.
Isa, where are you? Great.
He attended Ramat Polytechnic.
Okay. Is that correct?
His worst food is amala. Yes, he will play football at his free time.
Okay.
And he will do furniture business when he has such kind of money.
Such kind of money.
Yes.
Can we give Precious a round of applause? No, a big round of... She has won it, though. She has won it. She got 5, and she got it in the fastest time. Miss Ola, do we have our gift? For Precious. Don't worry, there are other games throughout, so just pay attention. We have a number of other games throughout the program. They may not be as hard as this, some may be harder, but I promise you that there are still some more prizes to be won. But she wins our very... Nigeria office.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
All right, thank you very much. So a big welcome once again.
Desperado, many, my amigo, Balotelli, ladies taking me photo, paparazzi, Don Julio, Don Diami,
All right. Like I said, there are more gifts to be won, but it's time to officially start. So I will again want to welcome everybody warmly to the IP Salaye 2.0 Kano Exhibition Day. We're going to write for the national anthem first and foremost, and then, okay. What do we have? Okay. Just give us a few minutes. We'll write for the national anthem and the NYSC anthem. Just a few minutes.
Minister of Enjoyment. Minister of Enjoyment. Intercontinental. Monumental. Go live forever. Top and not top and cow. I mad, they must be meta. Smoke is zaza. Make I forget your mother. Ego me do la ho. Ni pistas out la ho. As me trao la ho. Ni do la ho. Ego me do la ho. Ni pistas out la ho. As me trao la ho. Ni do la ho. Yeah. La ho. Yeah. Yeah. La ho. Yeah. La ho. Yeah. Yeah. La ho. Yeah. La ho. Yeah. Yeah. La ho. Yeah.
All right, can we rise up together as we take the national anthem, and then we'll take the NYSC anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace, oh, back to honor it, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant these our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Entrepreneurship. Okay? So essentially, it's a capacity building program for National Youth Service Corps members, okay, interested in entrepreneurship, is to train them in using intellectual property to grow their business or to grow businesses, essentially to build and grow businesses and solve problems in their communities, right? Now it's been a 6-month journey, right? From November last year, it was launched. This second edition of the program was launched in November 2024. We had a first edition in 2023, right up until April 2024. 28 youth corps members completed the program. Now what they did was they were taught how to solve problems within their communities, and they came up with brand new solutions. There were 5 solutions in that first cohort. They were all in Abuja. 28 of them worked in groups of, there were 5 groups, okay, in the 28, and they all came up with very brilliant solutions. But of course, because that was quite successful, the second edition was scaled up to 150 youth corps members, okay, who were onboarded into the program. But this time around, we expanded beyond Abuja, okay? We expanded beyond Abuja, and we're able to get to Kano. And that's why we have you wonderful entrepreneurs here today. So 150 youth corps members were onboarded into the program last year, December, and we've gone through your incubation training, business training, and then one-on-one mentorship with IP and business experts, right? And so now we're at the final close of the event. It's been a wonderful time of learning and growing in the use of intellectual property. We're very excited to come to the end of the program, right? But before we start, I'd just like to specially welcome a few of our guests here today. Just a minute, please.
Flavor.com.
Problem in all the finish. Make you try to enjoy. While in all the finish. Make you try to enjoy. Sekata kata uru not the finish. Make you try to enjoy. Problem in all the finish. So make you try to enjoy. Make we dance like Luala. Yeah, Luala. Make we dance like Luala. Yeah, Luala. Dance like Luala.
All right. So we just welcome a few very special guests in our midst. I'll start, and once I say their names, please give them a warm round of applause, okay? So we start with Mr. Yusuf Shurak, the special advisor to the governor of Kano State. You're very welcome, sir. We warmly welcome you, sir. Next, we just warmly welcome Mr. Sani Ahmad, the coordinator of the Nigerian Copyright Commission here in Kano State. A round of applause. Thank you for coming, sir. Also, we welcome Mrs. Shitu Habibat Dasola. Thank you. NYC representing the state coordinator, NYC Kano State. All right. Big welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We're honored to have you. Now, also just welcome or just recognize the participants of the IP Salaye 2.0, the Kano cohort. Now, when I say your name, very proudly, you rise and just wave to the audience, okay? Now, call them based on their products and their solutions. So I start first with post-harvest farm credit. We have Ibrahim, Jamilu. These are brilliant people, though. You can't look at them with the same eyes you've been using to look at them. He's a certified entrepreneur. He's a startup founder. All right. Secondly, Saudat Jafar Mohammed. Just wave. Are you here? Not yet. Okay. Ibrahim Muhammad Aliyu. Brilliant. That's a $1 million smile. All right. EcoFuel Innovation. That's the next startup. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Is Okebe Lovet Salome here? Brilliant. Yeah, so you dance when you have money. Now, the solar-powered smart learning system, SPSLS. Do we have our Hassan? Great. Brilliant. Brilliant. Still in EcoFuel Innovation. Oh, I missed out a name in EcoFuel Innovation. Adeleke Samuel. Is he here? You are not part of them. They put your name there. They have potted you. All right. Eco Grow Solar Energy. I like the name. Eco Grow Solar Energy. We have Janet Abosede Ikotun. Beautiful. And then we also have Ibrahim Musa Idris. Great, great. That wave looks like the wave of somebody who has struck gold. Then we have AgroVolt Solution. Even the names of the businesses. Who else is feeling it? AgroVolt. AgroVolt Solution. Abubakar Atiku Muhammad. Are you here? I'm not here. All right. Showcase Kano. Now, they're going to be telling us all about their businesses, so don't worry. Showcase Kano. Hafsat Abubakar Sadiq. Beautiful. To them. Oji Christopher. You here? Fantastic. Beautiful. We have Echo Sort Kano. Rukayat Mustafa. Are you here? You're here. Udo or Udo. Michael David. Here? Great. Wonderful. Olajemilo Adedolapo Rachel. Beautiful. Evita Kano. That's the final solution that I'm going to be calling. And we have Esau Ephraim Shayang. Is he here? Not here. Okay. Hope I didn't miss anybody. What's your Echo Sort? Moturai or Festus? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you can wave. Stand and wave. Beautiful. Can we give them a round of applause? All right. Now, just to move on in the program. Now, one of the things that we as WIPO Nigeria office is, if you're wondering what WIPO, now I'm going to say it very fast. Very, very fast. And I'm going to come back to ask you. I'm just going to do an intro to us in 2 seconds. And if you can remember, you get another of my prizes. WIPO means World Intellectual Property Organization. We're headquartered in Geneva. We have an office here in Nigeria, which is one of 7 external offices. Now, if you can remember that, I'm going to ask you later. Now, what we like to do in WIPO Nigeria office is we love to partner with amazing organizations doing great work on the ground. And for this IP Salaye Kano program, we partnered with Blue Sapphire Hub. They've been wonderful through the whole period and journey of the program. And I'm just going to invite upstage the founder of Blue Sapphire Hub, Mrs. Marian Lawan Guadabe, just to give her opening remarks.
Thank you, Tayo. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning, Kopawi. Good morning, everyone. So, distinguished guests, respected elders, development partners, facilitators, and most importantly, our vibrant youth. Good morning and welcome to IP Salaye Demo Day. Today marks a significant milestone as we gather here for the IP Salaye Demo Day, a pioneering initiative of the World Intellectual Property Organization, proudly implemented in Kano by Blue Sapphire Hub. This marks the first ever IP Salaye cohort in Kano State, and it's nothing short of transformative. We started this journey in December with a vision to help core members develop community-focused innovations. Over 6 months, this vision has grown through dedication, mentorship, and resilience. What we see today is not just ideas, but solutions that have the potential to bring meaningful change to our communities. We are deeply grateful to World Intellectual Property Organization for believing in this initiative and investing in the future of our youth. A heartfelt appreciation goes to the country director for his leadership and commitment, and for the entire WIPO team, working both behind the scenes and in the spotlight. Your support has made this possible. I must especially acknowledge also the support of the Blue Sapphire team for their support and ensuring this seamless implementation of this program. And I will also appreciate Olaronke for her support all through this. Thank you so much. Who has been a pillar of strength and coordination throughout this journey. Your dedication, hands-on support, and encouragement has played a vital role in shaping this program and its success. To our team at Blue Sapphire Hub, thank you for going above and beyond to ensure that IP Salaye vision came to life with excellence. To the youth, this is for you. Opportunities are limitless, but only if you choose to commit. Here in northern Nigeria, we must confront the realities of our mindset. We cannot afford to keep waiting for opportunities to be handed to us. We must seize them, work hard, stay consistent, and believe in the ability to lead change. To our elders, change requires action, not just a dialogue. I would like to pose these questions to our elders. How many young people, not your children, have you mentored? How many have you supported to grow sustainable innovation businesses? How many have you invested in? It is our collective effort to invest in the next generation. To our policy makers here, I can see the special advisor to the governor on ICT policy. If we are serious about restoring our glory of Kano State, we must build systems, not just slogans, engage experts, develop platforms. Let's empower our youth with the tools, knowledge, and support to drive real impact. At Blue Sapphire Hub, we remain open and ready for collaborations that foster innovation, build thriving businesses, and ensure inclusivity, that no one is left behind in digital and entrepreneurial transformation in the region. Let today be a reminder that when youth are empowered, when experts are engaged, and when we work together, transformation is inevitable. Thank you all, and I wish our participants a successful and inspiring demo day. Thank you so much. Kopawi. Wow.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Can we give her another round of applause? Thank you. All right. Now, I gave you an intro earlier, and I want to know who can remember. But before we even, I've not even finished. Yeah, I have not finished. The hand has gone up. I've not finished. I will add one more sentence. Then if you can tell me everything. Boldly. Now, it's both a race of mind and body. If you can come here fast. Okay, well, maybe let's do raise hand. Whoever's hand can go up fast enough. I've not given you my second sentence. Right? So you say what I had said before as an intro to the WIPO Nigeria office, and then the second one. Okay? Now, WIPO is the United Nations agency that is in charge of the administration of intellectual property all around the world. Intellectual property refers to creations of the mind. All right, who can tell me all that I have said? So you start from what I said before. All right, your hand came up first. Come Forward. Let's hear you. Plus the new ones I just said. Match like a copper. Oh, yeah, now. Tell us your name and then go ahead.
Good day, all. My name is Michael Henry. Okay. WIPO stands for World Intellectual Property Organization, which is under United States. Is a program, like the top program is organized by United States agency, and here the main focus of the program is to enhance youth based on their market plans and strategy in order to have a future purpose. But this is available for core members who attend the program. It's not, so if you are a core member and you are not available here, so we are missing this opportunity. Thank you very much.
What's your name again?
Michael Henry.
Michael, I want to send you back to your seat. But for attempting, don't worry, I'll hold that. I go first. Go first. You remind me of, there was a time we were asking ourselves about question and answer. We had a training once. Remember those people in secondary school, in university, you don't know the answer to the question, but you will write something. Something will be there. All right, who wants to try again? Okay, please come forward. Maybe you are the A student. We were the ones that we shall write. The paper will be full. Tell us your name and then.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Hafsat Labaran, and when you started, you said the headquarters for World Intellectual Property Organization is in Geneva, Germany, and Nigeria has one of the 7 branches in the world, and that Blue Sapphire is one of the main sponsors or supporters of the IP Salaye Kano program. Also, you earlier mentioned that. Okay, no, boo. Hold on, it's in my head. It's at the back of my head. Okay, and you said it is a program of the United Nations. Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Hafsa.
Hafsa. Okay, a round of applause for her. I'll try one more, then we'll see who wins our prize. Anybody else? Okay, let me see. I saw your hand. Well, you're match like a copper, or we don't have much time. Match. Or run like a copper. Tell us your name and let's hear you.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Obipeson Erugbe. Yeah, I want to talk about WIPO. WIPO stands for World Intellectual Property Organization, and also it's established year 1967. All right, it's a specialized agency of the United Nations. It works as members 193 as of 2024. And what again? You said Blue Sapphire over
syllabus. I'm going to hold my gift. We're coming back. Don't worry, I'll hold this one for now because none of you, although have that, you are close. We'll come back to this. Be revising what I said. We'll come back to this. All right. Now, you don't have to go too far. But I think Hafsat was close. She was quite close. All right. So, Hafsat, you get my gift. Can you give her a round of applause? I'm going to get it to you at your seat. But join me to welcome, all right, the director of the WIPO Nigeria office. You will now finally hear who we are and what we are about. Can you give him a round of applause as he comes up stage? Please give him a very loud round of applause because he's my boss.
Thank you so much, Tai. Good morning, everyone. Coppers we. Coppers we. Okay, I think I'm still a copper at heart. But let me stand on the already established protocol. And I want to say a big thank you to our special guests that are here. Especially, I want to, again, acknowledge Mr. Yusuf Sharada. Thank you so much for being here in person. It's an honor to meet you. I also want to thank Mr. Sani Ahmad. Thank you for taking the time to be here. It's a great pleasure. And of course, to the lady that has helped to mobilize and support the youth corpus to be here, Ms. Shitu Habibat, I really want to thank you again. Thanks for being here. Please let's appreciate. I'm also aware that we have representatives from the Ministry of Planning and Budget who are here. I want to say a very big thank you to you for being here, as well as other CSOs. Yes, please, let's acknowledge and appreciate them. Of course, let me just say it's a big delight for me to be able to welcome you to this Demo Day exhibition, and I want to thank Mariam and her beautiful team at the Blue Sapphire Hub for the excellent partnership that has helped to make this a reality in Kano State. Today we are here to celebrate the successful completion of another edition of the IP Salaye program, and uniquely, this is the very first time that we're having this program here in Kano. Yeah. The first edition wrapped up in 2024, and at the time, as has already been mentioned, we celebrated about 5 brilliant innovative solutions which were co-designed by about 28 youth core members. But today we are here celebrating another set of brilliant solutions. And I mean, it was only last week we were in Abuja at the closing demo day for the Abuja cohort. And we listened to, again, another set of brilliant presentations, including one from Kano, by the way. And here we are today to meet and engage with the exciting team, the teams that have come through this program here in Kano. One of the things that I just say at the outset as a reflection at when we started out this program this year was that we had wanted to originally take 50 core members from Kano, 50 from Lagos, and 50 from Abuja. This was our expansion plan. When we sent out the application forms, I think in the period that we left it open, we realized we had such a low engagement from Lagos. But in Kano, we had the highest engagement that we've ever seen. And I think we had to, yes. And so we had to take the decision as a team that, look, let's go to where the demand is. And so we shut down the Lagos opportunity and we put all the resources to Kano. And so I'm really delighted that today we're able to meet with the teams that have come through the program today. Let me also say something that I shared with them in Abuja last week. I reflected on how about 16 years ago, I was also a youth corps member. And I served, many of you might not believe, but I served not in Kano, I wasn't fortunate to be here, but I served in Ebonyi, in Abakaliki State. And at the time, I was posted to serve within the Nigerian Police Force headquarters. And as a young lawyer, I had the chance to represent the police in court, to support with their digitization efforts. But I think what I remembered most about being a corper in Ebonyi State was the ability to live in a new place. I had grown up in Ibadan all my life. And so going to the eastern part of Nigeria and sitting within new communities, learning new cultures for me is something I carry with me everywhere I go today. One of the things that I had really had as a skill as a young boy growing up in Ibadan was the ability to bake. I loved baking cakes. My mom was a caterer, so I just loved to bake. And I had done this all through school. I would bake wedding cakes, birthday cakes. Valentine's Day was a big money spinner for me because a lot of people love love. And, you know, they come and say, Toby, can you bake a cake for us? Can you bake a cake? So lots of money was coming through. But it was also such that people who tasted the cakes could really identify with them and say, after a while, like, this tastes like Toby's cakes. These are Toby's cakes. What I didn't realize I had at the time was a trade secret. And some of you may know that Coca-Cola, for example, still runs its business model on a system that nobody really knows the actual ingredients that make up Coca-Cola. And of course, that's their trade secret. Again, it's their intellectual property. And so when I was serving in Ebonyi State, what I had tried to do was to, as part of my community development, was to organize baking sessions for the people in the communities that I was living in. And every recommendation from Ebonyi right now. But I think it was noble, and I think great, that I did this, but I still look back and I realized that if I had known a bit more about intellectual property, I could have done a little more, even while I was serving in Ebonyi State. I could have branded my cakes differently. I could have registered a trademark. And build business solutions while yet learning about intellectual property and thereby growing the country's development. And so in a way, it's deploying the skills that you have developed over time in your earlier lives, in your new areas where you're posted to serve, building a business around that, and leveraging the power of intellectual property to get that moving ahead. And so in case you're wondering, I know it has already been said at the beginning, IP Salaye is therefore really an expression of intellectual property skills acquisition, learning, and youth entrepreneurship, which we're really excited to be able to work with the National Youth Service Corps to deliver to Nigerian youth across the country. We understand that where entrepreneurs, for young entrepreneurs to thrive, they need more than just good ideas. And I think Mariam's charge, it resonates deeply. It is that they need support. They need knowledge, they need mentoring, they need skills, they need access to resources. And of course, we also believe as an organization, they need support in the area of intellectual property, which remains, to my mind, one of the most underutilized assets in the business landscape in Nigeria. And so the IP Salaye program is therefore designed to demystify intellectual property for young graduates and show them how to turn their creativity and innovative ideas into protected, valuable, and market-ready assets. Now, in a few minutes, my colleague, Olaronke, will be sharing a bit more about intellectual property with you because we think it's a great opportunity for you all here to be able to engage at least with the concept of intellectual property. But generally, when we talk about intellectual property, we talk about property rights in things like creations of the mind, such as your inventions, your literary and artistic works, your designs, your symbols, your trademarks, and images that are used in commerce. And we protect intellectual property through tools like patents, copyright, trademarks, and through all these different forms of intellectual property, people like you are able to earn recognition and or financial benefit from those things that you invent and the things you create. The IP system tries to encourage young minds or people generally in society to create more, to invent more, because it's based on that societies move forward. And so the idea is that through the incentives of ownership and the incentives that the IP system offers, people around the world spend more time innovating and creating. As the world continues to advance, therefore, the true value of wealth, and I'm hoping that you do get that as you leave from here, it's being captured more and more in the intangibles, not so much more the things that we can see. So for example, if I ask you, have you wondered who owns a movie? When you watch a movie on YouTube, on Netflix, wherever, who owns it? Have you wondered who owns a song? I'm really excited about the DJ that's been playing today because lots of solid music has been coming through. And so let's appreciate the DJ again. Now, have you ever wondered as the songs come through the air, who owns the songs? Do you know that for the songs he plays, there's some people getting some money for it? Again, that's the power of intellectual property. When you buy a book, who owns the story? Do you own the story, or do you just own the physical copy of the book that you own? Can you say, because I bought a book on the shelf, I have the rights to do anything with that book? No. Somebody still owns the rights of the story. Who owns the design of cars, of phones, clothes? What are brands worth? Your trademarks and logos. These are all questions that when you think about it, it tells you why there is so much more money in the realm of intangibles than there is even in the realm of tangibles. Most of the biggest companies in the world, for example, today, if they were burnt down and all their operations shut down physically, their buildings, their vehicles, their physical assets, you only scrape about 10% of what they own. What they really own is captured in their intellectual property. And so the work we do as one of the specialized agencies of the United Nations is to lead the development of a balanced and effective IP system that enables innovation and creativity for the benefit of all. We drive to see a world where innovation and creativity from anywhere is supported by IP for the good of everyone. My colleagues have already shared with you about the WIPO Nigeria office. And while we do have an office, our presence as WIPO, and the gentleman who came up and said we were established in 1967 is absolutely right. WIPO as an organization was established in 1967, but the WIPO Nigeria office, the first physical presence of WIPO in sub-Saharan Africa, was established in January of 2020. And the work we've been doing in Nigeria since then has been to promote awareness, to support training and capacity building in the field of intellectual property and across WIPO's global services. We also work to continue to empower Nigerians with the knowledge about intellectual property through initiatives like this. Now, today's demo day, as has been mentioned, is the culmination of 6 months of hard work, creativity, and collaboration. It's been a platform for young entrepreneurs to share their ideas, to engage and to think through new solutions, and also to develop viable market-ready solutions that could also generate further revenue for them while yet tackling local challenges. And so today, as we listen to the pitches and the success stories, we are reminded of the huge untapped potential within Nigeria's youth population and the critical role that projects like IP Salaye can play in enhancing that potential for national development. I want to say a special thank you again to everyone who's here, and I call on investors, on elders, on policymakers, development partners, CSOs, to support these young entrepreneurs and to help them to further scale their ideas, grow their businesses, and give them further wings to scale their impact. On a final note, I want to sincerely thank all our partners from the National Youth Service Corps, the IP registries, the Copyright Commission that's represented here today, the IP Management Clinic experts. I see Bentex has made the trip out here. Thank you so much, Bentex, for being here. To Mariam Guadabe, your passion, I know the first time we came to Blue Sapphire Hub, I think that was a year or two ago, and we sat with the team and saw the work you were doing, and I think just to say thank you, the passion, the energy, the drive, and commitment to empowering young people is remarkable. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge and thank the other mentors that have come through the program, Mr. Tokwe Mayambe, Hadiza, Tracy Okoro, Obichi, who with their different efforts have mentored and provided support to the people you'll be listening to today. At WIPO Nigeria office, we remain committed to working with all of you to building a thriving intellectual property system that fosters innovation, protects creativity, and drives inclusive economic growth. On behalf of the entire WIPO Nigeria team, I say again a welcome to you to today's IP Salaye Demo Day. I'll actually make a big mistake if I fail to acknowledge and to thank especially the energetic team that I work with every day. I want to thank Ola, Ajay, Tai, that you've heard from Thank you for all the great work that you've done to make this a success. And so let's celebrate the young innovators today and the future that they are helping to shape. Thank you, everyone.
Can we give a very resounding round of applause? I say he's my boss. Please, a round of applause. That was applause. Round of applause. All right, thank you so much for that wonderful speech and presentation. Now, before we move on, we're just going to warmly welcome and recognize a very special guest in our midst. And I'm also going to ask you to give a warm round of applause for Alhaji Lawan Guadabe. Can we give a round of applause? The CEO Seed Project. Thank you so much for being here, sir. We warmly welcome you. Thank you very much. All right, so moving on. All right, also to warmly welcome and recognize representatives of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Can we give them a round of applause? A big welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, so right about now, we're going to have a very interesting conversation. Now, we know that the IP Salaye participants have been learning and growing on IP for the past 6 months. But I'm sure some of all you guys, the core members who are here present, are probably learning or finding out about IP for the first time. So one of my colleagues, who is the program officer at the WIPO Nigeria office, a wonderful colleague, very energetic. You may have heard Miriam just referred to her during her speech. She's been a strong pillar through the program. She has a special place in her heart for you guys. And she's going to give a very interesting conversation and chat just a little bit on IP and what it is. Now, I want you to pay attention because I have 2, 3 special prizes after the session, right, for those who can answer my questions, all right? So can you please give a very warm round of applause for Olaronke Famuyiwa as she comes up on stage. While she does that, I'd also like to recognize and welcome Mr. Mustafa Shehu, the director of Agile, Katsina, sorry, Agile, I hope I have it correctly. Katsina. I'm sorry if I made an error. Machika, this is your fault. I can't read your handwriting. But we just warmly welcome you. We're very happy to have you here. All right, a round of applause for Ms. Famuyiwa as she comes up on stage.
Thank you very much, Tai. Good morning, everyone. All protocols duly observed, please. My name is Olaronke Famuyiwa, as stated earlier, and this morning, I don't know if you have my PowerPoint presentation, please. Yes, I just want to talk briefly about intellectual property. But before we start, Coppers, we. The energy is low. Coppers, we. I feel like the dignitaries in front are more energetic than you guys. You should give them a run for their money. Coppers, we. Okay, that sounds good. First, I like the view from this place. It looks really nice. And I'm really happy to see the participants wearing their IP Salaye t-shirt and the coppers. So congratulations to everyone. But to go back into the point of the day, we've heard a lot about intellectual property from the very beginning of this program, from Tai, from my director, from Maria. And the point of the program itself is how to disseminate intellectual property knowledge to youth corp members, to corpers, the youth. So I'll go briefly to my presentation. And I know you've heard about WIPO already. Someone already said WIPO was established in 1967. So you know that. And you already know that WIPO has 7 external offices. That is, sorry. Please, can you follow the slides? Yes. So WIPO was established 1967, and what we do at WIPO Global, someone said our headquarters is in Geneva. Yes, you're right, but not in Germany, Geneva, Switzerland. And then what we do at WIPO in Geneva, Switzerland, or in all our 7 external offices is mainly to talk about intellectual property. To put it lightly, we are the United Nations Specialized Agency that is in charge of administering intellectual property globally. So what do we do? Policies, treaties, intellectual property, technical assistance, and awareness raising, all about intellectual property. And this, please go to the next slide. 7 external offices, Nigeria is one of them. Nigeria was established in January 2020. So for us at the Nigerian office, it's been 5 years of mainly passing across the knowledge of intellectual property, IP awareness, IP education, to SMEs, to youth, to startups, to innovators and creators. So what is intellectual property? I want this section to be as interactive as possible. And I'm not going to go to our, dignitaries. I'm going to exempt you for the gifts we have today. And I'm just going to focus on the corpus. Can anyone try to guess what intellectual property is? There are gifts to be won. Okay, thank you. Okay. Who can try to guess what intellectual property is? Yes, please. Yes, just say it. Okay. Okay. That really says a lot about it. So when we talk about intellectual property, for many of us in the room, especially our dignitaries, we have landed properties, we have cars, we have expensive handbags and expensive shoes. Those are tangible properties that we can touch. But there's the other type of property that we cannot touch or feel, and that is what we call intellectual property, the property that was created with your mind. And which is why we say intellectual property is the creation of the mind, such as inventions. This microphone is an invention of somebody invented it. It has all forms of intellectual property in it, such as literary and artistic work, the books we read, such as designs, symbols, the names, logos are all sorts of intellectual property. So what we have done in this program is some of our corpers were trained to start businesses. And in the process of starting the businesses, we've taught them to identify the intellectual property components in those businesses. They are not landed properties, but they are properties that they can also use to scale their businesses and make money. So indirectly, intellectual property is also a means for business development and business commercialization. So to be fast, why do we need intellectual property? Why do you need to protect your inventions? We've seen, especially for the young ones, I feel like the couples are so far away. I don't know how I can get close to you. But we have seen a lot online where people come online and drag each other to say, oh, you copied my design, you copied my content. I started this first. Because people value the creation of their minds. And a very good example that I think you may be able to relate to is when you make a video. For me, if I take a video of you, I take a very nice picture of you. Even though I claim out this is Samsung or this is iPhone. But I like to be recognized as the taker of this picture because you feel like there's something about this picture that is really good. That's also a form of intellectual property. But why do you need intellectual property? To protect your innovation and to secure investments. When you start listening to the participants of this program, you realize that most of the things they are creating, the intellectual property component in those solutions they provided can be used to secure investments. And we'll go further into that. Also, you need to build brand recognition. If you know Coca-Cola in the house, raise your hand. We all know Coca-Cola. That's a brand. That's a form of intellectual property. You see red, you see black, you know that's Coca-Cola. To generate revenue and, of course, to expand your business. So I'm going to go to the common forms of intellectual property and also to make it slightly more interactive. Who can say at least 2 forms of intellectual property from the corpus? Just 2 forms. Not the ones we have trained, please. Anyone? Copyright, okay. Trademarks, okay. Patent, oh, fantastic. I think we have a room of intellectuals. Okay, anyone else? Fantastic. Any other form? Okay. What? Symbols. Logos. Well, all of symbols, logos are all forms of trademarks. So you are right, but not directly. You get. So now we have the common forms of intellectual property. We have trademarks. You are all right. We have patents, copyright, trade secrets, geographical indication, industrial designs, plant varieties, and traditional knowledge. So that's about 7 of them. And I'm just going to run through it very fast. Trademark, someone said symbol, someone said logo. And that's pretty much what trademark is. Something that is very distinctive, that identifies your product. You see some of the signs up there. I mean, the first sign is what? We all know that. Why? Because it's a known brand. They've used this sign of an apple to identify themselves for electronic products. The second sign is for what? It's a car. We all know that. That's fantastic. And of course, Toyota, the popular Toyota. Okay, the last sign, fast food, exactly. So this is mainly, in simple terms, the importance of intellectual property, to be able to single out your products. So from the training we have had, most of the solutions, they already have their trademarks, they already have their logos, and it's to say, okay, post-harvest farm credits, how do I want to be identified? How do I want to stand unique so that when I start going into the Kano market or expanding even to the Nigerian market, how do I want people to know me? You can decide, okay, I want to bring color green and color red together, and every time you see color green and color red in circles, that is post-harvest farm credits. So it's the same way as you see the Lexus logo, you know that, okay, this belongs to the car. I'm going to go to the next slide so that we don't waste time, but I want to talk a little bit more. And there's something I want to mention about trademarks and how if you have, so let's say a phone, they decided to make the name of the phone Apple. Would you ever think or would you ever associate an apple to a phone? But if I decide to start selling an apple and I decide to brand my Apple brand Apple, though that is not allowed because, I mean, everybody knows it's an apple. But guess what? There's an Apple brand that is called Pink Lady, and it's very common. I've seen it a lot in the street of Kano. Would you ever think an apple is called Pink Lady? Very distinctive and not associated with the industry. So you have to bear that in mind, that in as much as you want your product to be distinctive and unique, you can't have a name that is like very core to what you're doing. It has to be very distinctive. Okay. And patents is, so okay, let me go back again to trademarks. For trademarks, you can protect your trademarks in Nigeria for 14 years at a stretch, and then you can renew subsequently again for the next 14 years. So once you have your trademark or your logo, it's yours forever, but you have to constantly renew. And the agency in charge of that in Nigeria is the Trademarks Registry. Yeah. And for patents, which is the next slide. Okay. So patents are like exclusive rights that stop others from commercially exploiting your patent inventions. If you decide today to produce something that makes maybe mango or rice to grow in 2 days, I don't know what you've put together, your invention. That's something that nobody has seen before. That's new. You can protect such innovation with patents. If you decide to say, going forward, we have mobile phones, we have laptops. If you decide to say, going forward, what we are going to be using to call our friends and send them text messages is our palms. And I don't know how you're going to infuse all the technology into our palms, but we go around doing, Bentex Alpha, Toby Alpha. That's an invention that no one has done before, and that is patentable. But the crops about patents is you can only protect such for 20 years, after which it goes into the public domain. And in Nigeria, the agency responsible for that is the Patent and Design Registry. Okay. And copyright, we have the state coordinator of the Kano Copyright Commission here with us. And what that does is to protect your author's rights, your artistic rights, your literary rights. So if you wrote a book today, if you produce a music today, those are all protected by copyright. And for some of our participants in the room, for some of the codes you have written to develop your solutions, maybe there's an app or there's like a website, some of those codes are also protected by copyright. And thankfully, we have the state coordinator to help us also correct us. For copyright protection, you are protected all through your lifetime. And after which you can then, after death, then 70 years more, and then it goes into public domain. And of course, the agency in charge of protection of copyright in Nigeria is Nigeria Copyright Commission. Trade secret is one of the types of intellectual property I really love. Can anyone tell me what trade secret is? In the room? I think someone mentioned trade secrets before, right? There's actually a gift for this. Trade secrets. I mean, it's even on the board. Okay. Nobody wants to try. Trade secrets is very simple. It is confidential information which may be sold or licensed. So what trade secrets mainly means is you have developed a solution. There are steps that get you to that solution, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to get to this solution. However, you chose not to disclose that solution to anyone. So sometimes I say trade secret is the opposite of a patent. For patents, you disclose the solution, you decide to register it, you protect it for 20 years, and then it goes to public domain. But trade secret, you have decided never to let anyone know about it. And a very good case is Coca-Cola. I'm sure we've heard this story all over and over again, how we don't know the combinations of the ingredients of Coca-Cola till today. We don't know how they came up with it. We don't know how it tastes the way it does. And people have tried to copy them, but it's not working. Why? Because Coca-Cola decided to hold the secrets very close to their chest. So if you have not just the participants, the coppers, if you have a solution or an inventive steps that you think that makes life easier, that you think that solves a particular problem, day. And of course, it must be subject to reasonable step taken by the rightful owner. So it's not like gambling. It must be 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, get us Coca-Cola. We know that, and then you can keep that to yourself for as long as possible. And industrial designs. If you use a Samsung, raise your hand. Samsung, very low. Oh, iPhone. Okay, that's even lower. Okay, Samsung wins. But you have argument about people who say they prefer to use a Samsung or they prefer to use an iPhone. Why? Because of the designs. People claim that iPhone designs are sleeker and it's smooth. They like the colors and the 3 cameras. I mean, you are attracted to the beauty of a product. Others says that they go to the market, and especially us ladies, we bought a pink hairdressing product because it's pink, because we love pink. Some of us buy even Apple because it's pink lady. But the point of industrial design is to the ornamental, the future of your invention. So it's mainly to say that you've created a solution. How do you market it outside? How do you design it? How do you make it beautiful? And this is another form of intellectual property that can use to protect your invention. So we have quite a number of different forms of intellectual property, industrial designs. I've mentioned copyright, I've mentioned trademark, I've mentioned patent, and I've mentioned trade secrets. Another thing is geographical indication. And for those that are from Kano, is there any product or fruits, agricultural fruits, industrial products that are very peculiar to Kano alone? For it, just give me an example. What? I can't hear. Did you say masa? Huh? Urasa. Okay, I don't know what that is. Urasa. Okay, so Urasa is only peculiar to Kano, and I think that's a fruit, right? Food. Okay. Just like masa. Okay. So, okay. Bread. Okay. Okay, maybe I use another example now that maybe people can relate to. Sir? Suya seller use it for their suya. Ah, okay. So it must be a product just peculiar to Kano. And that can serve as a form of geographical indication. So when we say geographical indication, it's more like what are the industrial or agricultural products in this state in Kano that only grows in Kano because of the peculiar soil in Kano, or because of the peculiar rain, or because of the skills that has been passed down from generation to generation in Kano. So in that instance, that product in Kano can be protected using intellectual property. And the form of intellectual property you can use for that is the geographical indication. So you come together, maybe the farmers making Urasa come together, form an association, and then they decide we want to protect Urasa in Kano, and therefore nobody else can sell Urasa. For global example, I'm trying to see if you know champagne, the drink. It's from France. It's from a particular town in France. Nobody else can come and say, label their wine champagne, because it's from this particular country, and that's a form of geographical indication. So to the coppers that are serving in Kano, you can start thinking about it. Which products, agricultural or industrial, are in Kano that you can hold on to and start talking to the government about to protect using intellectual property. And then, that just wraps up the different types of intellectual property in a nutshell. And then, of course, to protect your intellectual property in Nigeria, we have the Trademarks Registry, the Patent and Design Registry, and of course, the Nigerian Copyright Commission. But to protect your inventions globally, we do that at WIPO, and we call that the global system. For your patent, for your trademarks, you can protect from Nigeria and also protect globally. Although for now, Nigeria is not part of the Madrid system, but we are part of the patent treaty. Okay, that's it. These are just case studies that we used in previous events. But to wrap up, can anyone, again, mention all the types of intellectual property that we have? Okay, just take the floor. Copyright, okay? Trademarks, What did you say? Geographical indication, okay. Patents, okay. Trade secrets, okay. Okay, and why do you need to protect your intellectual property? Okay, to protect anybody from stealing your inventions, your ideas, your creative work. Another reason why you need intellectual property. No, not the ones we have trained. From the back. To maintain its value. Okay. Just stand up and say it so I can't hear clearly. To set you apart from others, and that's your trademark, that's your logo. I like that example, okay? Revenue generation, yes, because you make money using intellectual property. There's something we say, for all these brands that you wear, I don't know, for those that are wearing designer brands today, if you're wearing Prada, or Prada is not the building that Prada in. The things that generates money the most for them is that brand, is that Prada, is that Gucci, is the fact that they've protected an intellectual property that is so unique, so distinct that people pay so much money for. So yes, revenue generation is good. Just last one, anyone else? Yes, from the back, from the back. Expansion of business growth, fantastic, you wrote it down. Yes, so that's just mainly why intellectual property is important. And we have, do I still have some time? Okay, so there's a game we usually like to play. And Ajay, I don't know if I can find, okay, your laptop is not here. There's a game we like to play. So I want 3 coppers to volunteers, not the IP Salaye participants, but from the back. I need 3 volunteers. What? You don't need to know, come first. And I need a lady to volunteer also, just yes. One guy, okay. Yes, come. No, you already won a prize. No, we don't want. Another, yes, please come. Yes, one more guy, one more. Ty has a lot of prizes for you, so please don't worry to come. Ajay, borrow me your phone. So Ajay is also part of this game. Okay. So listen very well, please, because I have just 5 minutes. Can you take this phone? Please listen very carefully. There's a price. This is where the price is coming from. And can you take a picture of, what's your name? Joyce. Can you take a picture of Joyce? This is Ajay's phone, by the way. Joy, make a pose. Okay. Can I see this picture? So you didn't adjust anything. Okay, it's quite dark. Can you make some adjustments to make sure that it's nice, it looks better? Or what's your name? Amoka, can you teach him how to make the picture better in terms of the settings? Put your settings or. Okay. You turn it upside down. That's the Gen Z intellectual property. Okay, so Amoka, you've taught him what to do to make it better, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So now, I have a question for the audience. This picture has been taken, what's your name, please? Abdulkarim. This picture is taken by Abdulkarim Amoka using Ajay's phone. And of course, Joyce is the one in the picture. Who is the owner of the intellectual property of the picture inside this phone? Huh? There's money, there's a price to be won. Oh. Who is the owner of the intellectual? Huh? Joyce. Okay, so I want to say Joyce because, I mean, it's her face in the picture. Another answer? Huh? The photographer. Abdul Karim. Okay, Ajay, take your phone. Ajay, take your phone. So now can you access the pictures? So who is the owner of the intellectual copy? Huh? The photographer. Not the person that helped him to adjust the picture to make it better. Okay, explain. I like the confidence. Tell us why.
Okay. So, the reason why I still insist that it is the photographer with the copyright is because it was his idea, it was his skill that was used. His skill was used. I could meet the owner of the phone. A lot of people start businesses without their own computers, without their own phones, and they can still, okay, I want to use your computer. After my work, I could, gain access to my work. And let's assume you're an apprentice. A lot of people hire video editors, copyright, script writers. You're not the owner of the work, you just work for me, but it is my idea, my skill, and you really do not have the platform, you use my platform.
Okay, it's not that deep. But thank you very much. Just to bring it back home, the point is that intellectual property, like you said, is the protection of the idea, ownership of the intellectual creation of it. So Ajay owns the phone, but whose intellectual property developed the picture? He did. So if you are thinking about creating something, what you should be thinking about is how to protect your ideas, how to protect your inventions. This thing I'm about to create as a couple, as a young person now, what are the steps I need to take to protect them? And that is what he should be thinking about. And of course, for her, it is her face. But if she needs to use it, she probably would have to pay him. Just like we all go to the photo studio, we pay the photographer to take our picture, and then we use it. In his own term, he also owns a form of intellectual property because he contributed to the designs. Do you get? So what you should be thinking about going forward is, how do I protect this invention, this idea in my head? And I think that's what I want us to take forward. If you have questions, Mariam, you have a comment.
I'm just looking at it from the angle of the Nigerian Data Protection Act, that if someone snaps me a picture, I own the right over the picture. And that photographer, regardless of its intellectual property, he cannot use it until I give the consent for him to use that picture. So I want to understand that bit with regards to the data rights.
So this example you just gave is what has been happening recently with Jennifer Lopez. How many people know Jennifer Lopez? Someone took a photographer took a picture of her, and just like you, she thought, wow, this picture looks good, it's my picture, and she posted it on Instagram. And she was slammed with a notice that she has been sued because she didn't get the consent of the owner of the intellectual property before using the picture. So it's your face, but you didn't pay for that services to be used. The setting of the camera, the picture, the angles, sometimes the cloud, the way the cloud is blue, is actually a setting, to make the picture nicer, yes. Did you do it? No. But this is you. So on both rights, you have a right. You may say that, okay, you can't post my picture, but for you to use that picture of him, you need his consent. At the very least, like in Nigeria, you pay for the service and then you use it. But intellectual property still belongs to. So even people that are like top famous American celebs are being sued for things like this. Yes. Okay, if you have questions, my director will be able to answer more.
Thank you. I just wanted to make a quick comment, and I think Ola, thanks for clarifying that. Now, there is nothing that takes away the fact that Joy has rights over the picture. She doesn't have the intellectual property, so she's not the owner of the picture, but she has rights. So she has the rights, she has image rights. She can say, don't post my picture. Even so, the owner of the IP, that's the owner of the picture, if the person goes and posts her picture somewhere, she can sue that person because he has contradicted her own image rights. But what we're focusing on, and I think that's the point you were making, Mariam, but what we're focusing on is the intellectual property as to who owns the picture. And that's why we're saying that it is actually the person who took the picture, who has applied their creativity and skill to coming up with this new product, is actually the owner of that picture. Right? So even though it's on Ajay's phone, Ajay also doesn't have the right to go and post it out. Even if she refuses to give it back to them, she cannot use the picture because it belongs to him. So you see that when you're negotiating those kind of contracts, you have to ask those questions. Where are the rights? Who owns what? And I just wanted to put that clarification there.
Thank you so much. So like you said, think about the future when you're inventing. Who owns what and where are the rights? Thank you very much, boss. So Tai, thank you. Back to you. Thank you, Joyce. You can go. Oh, what do we give the winners? Tai will decide. Okay, Tai, please. Who are the
All right, thank you so much. Can we give Miss Olafamuyiwa a round of applause? That was a brilliant presentation. Now you see why it's important that we actually do IP trainings and capacity building. There's a lot to the world of IP. Now I've been instructed to make sure that I give gifts. My wonderful people who played the game, where are you? Can I see your hands? Well, anyway, I'll be back at the back, so please just come and say hi to me to get your gift. And the lady who answered the question, where are you seated? Yeah, all right. So, another, okay, all right. But at least the people who that. All right, so we'll just move on very quickly. Now we're going to hear from the 10 groups, I believe, or 9, I think there are 9 present, who were part of the training. And so, like I said earlier, over 6 months. Now you can imagine how or why it's that important to be taught and mentored in how really to incorporate IP into your business strategy. There's so much in it that you need to be aware of and you need to be educated about. IP is an asset in your business, and you do need to learn how to take advantage of it. Now, these wonderful teams have built, like we saw earlier, solutions to problems they identified in their communities. With the help of the amazing Blue Sapphire team, they have refined their product And then with the mentorship of our amazing mentors, they have incorporated IP into their products. And we're going to be hearing in 5 minutes each, just the wonderful ideas they have put together and how they have also incorporated IP into their ideas. And so to do this, I'll just invite up stage Mr. Usman Fori, who is with the Blue Sapphire team. Can you come up stage, please? Now he's going to be introducing them. Can we give him a round of applause? Like I said, they worked with these youth corps members. They know them. They've really been of fantastic and immense help in helping to build their solutions. And so he will be inviting them one by one for their presentations, after which we'll take the feedback from the industry experts. Before we do that though, almost missed it, I would just also like to warmly recognize or warmly welcome and recognize some special guests as well in our midst. I have Mr. Habi Sani, who is representing the Commissioner, Honorable Commissioner of Science, Technology, and Innovation. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. And also, we have Engineer Khalil Bashir, who is representing the Chairman of Kano Municipal Local Government. You're very welcome, sir. A round of applause for them, and just warmly welcome them. All right, Mr. Fori.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to have you in the house. We are moving on next to the spatial side of things, seeing these innovators coming to present their amazing ideas. It's one thing to think about the idea, it's another thing to work on those ideas, and it's another thing to implement those ideas. So with no further ado, I'll be calling out all the presenting teams. You have 5 minutes to pitch, 5 minutes. Tell us what you're doing, and I'm going to time you. So that is it. So I will start your clock once you get started and your slides, it's up. So I would go ahead to start with the first one, who we are going from the first team. We're going with Post-Harvest Farm Credit. Please make your way to the podium and your pitch, please. Post-Harvest. So just to know, please, audience, we can note our feedbacks and our questions. Please just note it down. At the end of all the presentations, we would be having sessions for that. Thank you very much. So now is the time for Post-Harvest Farm Credit. Thank you.
Good morning, esteemed organizers, our distinguished guests, my fellow participants, and NYSC core members. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers, that is the WIFO, and the trainers, that is the expert that train us throughout this enriching program. Please. My name is Ibrahim Jamilu, and I will be presenting on behalf of Group 1. And our project, we are going to talk about palm credit. Today, I come with an idea that will provide a solution to smallholders farmers that are in Kano through creating a platform that will be used in a mobile phone that will help to empower Kano smallholder farmers with affordable tech-driven technical solutions. We have figured out some problems that we want to solve, and these problems, these smallholder farmers that are in Kano, most of them, they struggle to access affordable credits, and most especially due to a lack of collateral and financial history, and also high interest rate, up to 20 to 40% from microfinance institutions, and rigid terms when they are getting the loans. Our solutions, we are going to provide, in this our platform, there will be a low interest loan via partnership with financial institutions, and also we are going to be giving them a financial literacy and training in agricultural services. And also, we are going to be providing crops to these smallholders farmers. We have a very large market opportunity that is up to 5 billion naira credit gap only in Kano State, and in Nigeria at large we have 10 billion credit gap in farm credit, in farming. Sorry. We are going to also expand not only in Kano, but we are going to move to other northern states, including Jigawa, Kaduna, within the first 3 years. We have a business model and sells a very low interest loan, which is just 8 to 12%, and we are going to be taking 1% service fee for each loan or for each transaction. And we are going to partner with this financial institution. We are going to be giving them license and rest. So we are ready to register and start this business. Register it with CAC and obtain all the intellectual property rights of our platform, and also in order to secure and protect our brand and business with legal rights. The IP assets we have discovered that is we have trademark which will use it to protect our brand, our logo, and our slogan. Then we have the copyright that will protect the user interface and user experience for our platform. We are going to also use trust secret to make our all information and all the algorithm we use in creating this platform to be our secret, that no one will know our secret. We have a strategy of how we will acquire our customers. We are going to acquire our customers through online. That is, we partner with local cooperatives and extension agents to onboard these farmers, and also through online. We advertise this through social media campaigns, WhatsApp, TikTok, Facebook, and the rest. And we are going to target the rural communities. We are going to also be organizing workshops at Kano agricultural fairs. We are going to pilot 10 farmers initially and scaling to 100 within 12 months. We have a very competitive package for our platform that these farmers will not skip compared to other financial institutions and also informal lenders that have very high percentage of interest rate. We have also a highly experienced personnel who are well equipped to handle this project and successfully. They have a deep expertise in agriculture, finance, technology, and with strong local networks in Kano. Our financial projections are... Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for post-harvest for their pitch. As we all said, these are young people having ideas and trying to apply the knowledge they've gained throughout their training, trying to go the route of intellectual property, and many as well. So moving on to the next team, please make your way to the front and to the podium to pitch. You have 5 minutes, as he had. So Eco-Fuel Innovation, please make your way up for your pitch. Round of applause for Eco-Fuel. Please, as I said, you can note down your questions, your comments, or advice for them. Thank you. Eco-Fuel.
Please, the slide, Eco-Fuel Innovations. Okay. Good day, everyone. My name is Ahmad Bashir Umar, and I am leading the team with the name Eco-Fuel Innovations. And what we are trying to solve is the issue of improper waste management here in Kano State. So, did you know that about 20 to 25% of hospitals admissions are as a result of respiratory diseases? Do you also know that these respiratory diseases are as a result of air pollution? And do you also know that this air pollution emerges as a result of improper waste management? Well, only if you know, but you will get to know that. Here's a short story of Amina. Amina is a young child, a small child who lives 200 meters away from Kano's largest informal dump site. So her father is a scavenger who scavenges for metals inside dump sites. So during the evening, they use plastic waste to cook because of lack of kerosene. So in 2021, Amina was diagnosed with chronic cough. She was coughing a lot, and she's also caught with bronchitis because of that. So in 2023, Amina was hospitalized 3 times because of improper waste management near them. Again, in 2024, Amina has dropped out of school because of this situation. So with poverty coupled with improper waste management, Amina's dream has turned into a tragic nightmare. Isn't that tragic? Yes, it is. So, but the good news is that EcoFuel Innovation is here with a solution to Amina's problem. So, EcoFuel Innovation will definitely start enlightening people on how improper waste management is dangerous to our health and to the environment. Again, EcoFuel Innovation will also create an app for tracking waste. EcoFuel Innovation will also convert this collected waste into biofuel for cooking and industrial purposes. Next slide, please. Okay. So EcoFuel Innovation, then why EcoFuel Innovation? EcoFuel Innovation has this kind of value propositions. Environmental by protecting our planet, our health, technology, and other aspects as seen here with jobs. EcoFuel Innovation will generate revenues. Next slide, please. So, you know, with the population of Kano State here, Kano is of high population, so the waste being generated is also too much. So about 60% of this waste is organic, which will be ideal for biofuel conversion. Next, please. So this, we are able to move from ideation to validation, and then we are also able to, our company is now in the process of being registered. Next slide, please. So, next again. So our IP strategy. We are actually trying to apply IP strategy and IP assets by using copyrights. Please mind my mistake here. It is not her, it is its. So it is a typing error. So our IP strategy will be built on protecting and also it will be built on protecting our core assets such as our it will be built on protecting our core assets such as our technology by patenting our biodigester. We are having a Nigerian designed biodigester to convert this waste. We are also using copyright and also applying trademarks and trade secrets for non-disclosure agreements. So, I will give it to my colleague to explain more about the biodigester.
Okay, let me add more to what he just said, how it works. So we'll be organizing seminars and workshops to educate people of that community on waste management. And those waste will be collected via app that will be reported, and we'll go and pick up those wastes as fast as possible. Now, talking about the segregation and processing, we are going to be converting those wastes into what? Biofuel. Can you help me project that picture, please? The picture, please. Please, time. So I did a prototype on how our biodigester is going to look like. That we are going to be used to convert those waste into biogas. And one unique features about our biodigester is that it's going to be developed by myself as a biodigester expert. So this is a picture of just a prototype of how our biodigester is going to look like. They are going to use to produce the biogas. So this is a waste. We got this waste from the dump sites, and this is a container containing just only water. And it's going to be the reservoir that the gas being produced is going to be stored. Once this waste here is being fermented, it's going to produce a gas that's going to be stored inside this container. This container is containing just only water. So why this container is containing only water is that if the pressure is too much for the gas being produced, is going to displace the water produced from this container to this other third container that's empty for us to avoid the leakage of the gas. That's the essence of having this third container, for it to help us displace this water from this place to this place. And this is going to be the reservoir for the gas being produced. You're going to round up.
Okay, so slide, please. So our team members here, I being an environmental biologist with this as a biofuel expert, Adamu Idris. So next slide, please. Okay, you have it right. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much. A round of applause for the Eco Fuel innovators, please. It's a wonderful idea and nice presentation. Thank you very much for that. As I said, this is just for you to sell out the idea of what you're doing. Give us the bit of what you're doing and ensure we get to understand your solution and your problem. Thank you very much for that presentation. Moving on to the next presentation, we'll be having team Showcase Kano. Showcase Kano. Please make your way to the podium. Showcase Kano is the next team presenting. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Christopher Oji, presenting Showcase Kano under Creative Economy. Please. Showcase Kano. Let's wait. Please.
Okay, so just a minute. So we'll get. Thank you very much. They will come back before we get their slides sorted out. So we'll be calling on the next one. Agri-Ease. Please, Agri-Ease, please make your way to the point. An applause for Agri-Ease. We'll make their own slides available. Agri-Ease, please. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Adeleke Samuel Timilein, presenting for Group 5, Agri-East. Yes, it's not moving. Okay. Our business name is Agri-East. Let's imagine a world where food scarcity and insecurity is the order of the day. This problem is not far-fetched. This is a problem faced by millions of people every day. Our journey began with a question: what if we could solve this problem? Nine in every 10 farmers in Nigeria still use hoes and cutlasses in their farms, which means they have less to no access to the most basic mechanized tools. 8 in every 10 farmers in Kano State lack access to mechanized tools. That is, 80% of farmers in Kano State still use hoes and cutlasses to farm, which is tantamount to low yield. Despite all, that's a problem, sorry. Yes. Despite all attempts to solve these issues, there are still gaps in the food security reality. That is why we have come up with Agri-East. Yeah, that's why I've come up with Agri-East, a company that makes affordable mechanized tools for farmers to make farming easier and faster. Yes, yeah, I'm still here, sorry. The existence of competitors are inevitable, but it is either their solution is either expensive, far from the rural areas, or not built for small-scale farmers. That is why we have Agri-East. We have our unique selling points. which are the fact that our mechanized tools will be locally made, which is tantamount to low cost. There will be training for the farmers, and there will be leasing and rent-to-own plants for the farmers. The most interesting part is that these farmers, some of these farmers will get to own these tools for free due to the fact that we will partner with NGOs and government programs that support food security, so as for them to sponsor these tools and be given to the farmers for free. No. We plan to hit the market with 10 pilot clients by the end of August, and with 100% annual increase. Our revenue sources are sales of these tools, leasing of these tools, repair of these tools, and strategic partnership and subsidy programs with government bodies and NGOs. Our IP asset contains our business name, the logo, our slogan, tagline, the farmer's manual, the visual training aids, our patents, which are the unique features that we want to add to these mechanized tools. We plan to move. It's not moving. It's not moving. We plan to register our logo in black and white. We plan to register our patents, the copyrights, the manuals, everything, by after we start the project. Yes, we have a team of people that are determined, that understand the terrain and speak the language of the people. With our technical skills, social skills, we have come up with a solution for low farm yield and food insecurity in Nigeria. We seek a budget of 3 million naira to scale this business, and this 3 million naira will cover for tool fabrication, farmers training, and dissemination of these tools in the rural Kano. Agris will empower rural farmers by reducing manual labor and increasing productivity through affordable mechanization. Our 10 MVPs serves as a proof of concept and will demonstrate product market fit sustainability for scale. Join this movement as we fight against food insecurity in Nigeria. With 3 million naira, we can fight against food insecurity in Nigeria. Food security in Nigeria and solve this problem at once. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. He was on time, and then he has finished the slide as well. And what a wonderful concept, a beautiful innovations as well. I know a lot of people within the agri space will say, okay, this is something that was fabricated by us for us, and it has potentials of scaling as well. Thank you very much, Agro East, for that wonderful presentation. Now we're moving forward to the previous team. So please, Showcase Kano. Do we have their slides now? Showcase Kano. Thank you. The technical team, Showcase Kano. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Christopher Orji, presenting Showcase Kano, Creative Economy. Fatima is 27 and has a fashion store along Tudunyola Street, Gwazo Road, Kano State, where she makes clothing and jewelries. I also met Khadijat at my PPA, who is also a fashion designer that makes clothing and handbags. Both Fatima and Khadija are very good in what they do, but they lack the ability to make good profit from their business because they lack the platform to showcase their goods and make their goods. They lack the platform to showcase their goods and scale their business. Not just Fatima and Khadijat, but about 85% of fashion designers in Kano also have this problem of making their business visible and scalable, even to the extent that the wheelbarrow pushers in the local market are more visible than the fashion designers in Kano. Not just the fashion designers, but also, not just the fashion designers, not just the fashion designers, but also the customers suffer their own deal of this dilemma. As Mrs. Rabi, one of my colleagues at my workplace was scammed during this Salaye period while trying to purchase a dress. So with all of this, at Showcase Kano, we intend to create an e-commerce website and a mobile app where these fashion designers can portray their goods, have a storefront, and make their business and their brand scale even to the globe. Also, for the creators, we intend to make a secure payment system by integrating escrow, a reliable delivery system, and we also guarantee their data safety through NDPC. Now, to these fashion designers, Showcase Kano intend to make a storefront where they can establish their brand, register their brand, even through this website, not just on their own, because so many fashion designers lack these particular features in their business. Also, we intend to create a return policy for the customers, make their business with the fashion designer streamless, even a consultation plugin to this software in which they can consult with the fashion designers and communicate their business easily without no physical contact with the fashion designers. In this business, we are not left without competitors.
And our competitors are, we have Offer Wombai. All the people in Kano know Copper Wombai is a local market based focus on selling fabrics and fairly used clothes. And they are not on social media, which is of advantage to us. And we have boutiques. Boutiques have varieties, but they are limited in varieties. They can have a ready-to-wear from 1 to 2 tailors, but we are dealing with varieties like many different kind of fashion designers. And we have varieties, and we are looking forward for global recognition, which they do not have. And we have Crocodile. Crocodile is a platform, e-commerce platform, just like us. They do have varieties, but they charge higher than us, which we want to charge like less than Crocodile. This is the difference between us and Crocodile. Okay?
Okay. At Showcase Kano, we are the only e-commerce website that has strong ties with female creatives in Kano. And also, we can also attest to the fact that clothing is the basic necessity of every man, as all of us are putting on one cloth or the other, especially our females. They take good care of their clothes and note of what they wear.
Okay, like revenue stream. How are we going to generate money from this platform that we are going to make? Like commission. We say commission like we are going to have a profit on each sale that we made. Like each cloth that you sell or handbag or anything that you made, we are going to have a profit commission. This is how we're going to generate some money. And we have subscription, monthly or yearly subscription from the fashion designers that are willing to sell their clothes on our platforms. We have advertising space for related products, and we have delivery service markup, like partnering with logistic companies. And we have booking fees for virtual consultations.
Thank you. So, in this business, we intend to acquire 81 creatives per month for the first 6 months with 25% activation and 30% redemption. And this is just our basic. And with this basic profit from this business, we'll be able to make 425,000 naira per month for the first 6 months. If we can scale this business to 1 year, we'll be able to make about 800 plus per month for the first 1 year. If we can acquire 160 creative per year. With 1.5 million naira running cost for this particular startup, we'll be able to make this profit, and the profit will be at 40% profit of 1.5 million naira as the running cost per year, with 1,548 naira per transaction, using our minimum viable product, which is the consultation. And this consultation also entails just asking about the dress code to wear for an occasion or the color to use for a day in an occasion. Our initial startup is 5.5 million naira, which incorporates the building of the website, the mobile app, our office, and also the marketing for the first month. and also acquisition of our gadgets. Okay, here's our intention for this startup. Our intention is to make this website and the mobile app establish our brand identity by the completion of our IP registration, which we have started by securing our business name with the CAC, and also using Nigerian Trademark Registry, which is an equivalent of the WIPO Madrid system, to make sure that our brand identity is very strong. Also, we intend to help the fashion designers also to establish their own brand using such kind of integrated system and make sure that everything that has to do with copyright or trademark in their business is safe and wonderful. Also, we intend to build our social media marketing strategy, which is peculiar to us, that will support our customers. We are also planning to partner with local influencers and fashion bloggers to make this business very wonderful and make it come out in the first year of operation. Aside this business also key into the SDG goal of alleviating poverty, because these fashion designers are going through a lot trying to scale their business. Most of them have tried so hard, all to no avail. We can attest to the fact that fashion designers, most of them, their business folded up in the first year of operation due to lack of profit, and we don't want this to continue to happen. So with this business also helps the ecosystem by reducing the CO emission from vehicles with so much transportation to and through the fashion designers. So this business also contributes to this SDG goal. Thank you.
Thank you very much for such a wonderful presentation. Kano Showcase. Once again, a round of applause for this amazing team for taking our fashion designers to the next level. Thank you very much for that. I will definitely be... Okay. Okay, so we'll be having a little bit breaker, and then we'll have an announcement briefly. Thank you. So for the amazing team, so just ready. Echo Group, you will be the next after this particular brief. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have a wonderful and exciting announcement. So I've just been informed that Alhaji Mustafa Shehu, the DG, Director General, Katsina Development Agency, Agile Director, Katsina, and the founder of Ideas and Data Global, will be donating 50,000 naira each to the 10 teams. A round of applause. Now, if you don't mind, sir, we'd just like to invite him forward to give a few comments to the entrepreneurs. Yeah. Just a few words. A few words of encouragement.
Well, I just wish them all the best, because this is the way to go if we really want to decentralize and then diffuse this issue of unemployment. We need to support the tech industry. These people are doing an amazing job. Just looking at how they pitch means that brain is working. All they need is the enabling environment. And this money could be a token, but then it's just a booster, so that it will now be like, we can do better. But definitely, this is the kind of thing that government should be doing. It's not about the job, but it's about the real job. These young people, if we are to invite them in the next 1 year to come here and pitch, it will be entirely another different story. We may not even be able to get them physically present. They are out there in the world doing wonders. So it's something that we all need to encourage and support, and it's a challenge to all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. A round of applause for him. Osman, would you mind taking over from here?
Thank you very much for that wonderful donations and innovations. For us as innovators, this is an eye-opener as well, and as well telling to validate in such of a way that our product is really useful, and then we can invest more of our time, our effort to see that this thing doesn't go to waste. So please let us use it to ensure that we scale our idea and make sure that we are providing the actual solution and impact that we are deciding to do. So thank you very much for that. So we're moving on to the next presenters. Eco Group, please make your way to the podium for your present. A round of applause for Eco Group. Now you can come with some smiles. Like, let me see it shining on you as well. Let's encourage them, please. Eco Group, please. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. All protocols are duly observed. My name is Ikotun Janet Abosede, and I am one of the co-founders of EcoGrow, a simple but powerful system created to combat the poverty and energy crisis in rural Nigeria. So I have two friends, Ibrahim and Abdul. They are residents of Kano for over 20 years, and they always complain to me about the energy crisis and the energy poverty they face in Kano State that is always affecting their daily businesses and their family businesses. So this story of Abdul and Ibrahim is not just a story, it's a regular problem that Nigerians face day to day. It's a regular problem that Nigerians face day to day, and it's time to solve it, and that is why we created EcoGrow. EcoGrow is, next slide, okay. EcoGrow is a youth-led initiative formed by 5 young individuals to combat the energy poverty and energy crisis in rural Nigeria using Kano as a pilot state. We are going to be building a community-based solution. We are going to be building a community-based solar hub where users can power their houses, their businesses, and their appliances. And they will be subscribing to our services using a pay-as-you-go model. That is the USSD code. And this system is already existing. So it's a system that the locals already know and they trust. Next slide. So this is a pictorial demonstration of how our business model is going to look like. And did I also mention that we are not just about the power. EcoGrow is a lasting solution about providing power and also empowering the people, whereby we'll be training young locals, not just to use our services, but also to be able to maintain and manage the solar ops, and thereby creating jobs, building trust, and also ensuring efficiency within. Next slide. And this is our market survey. We didn't just come into the market, we did a research. And this is the data we got. This data was able to provide us with the confidence to move on to our next stage, which is our pilot. Remember I said earlier that we are going to be using Kano as a pilot state. Next slide. And this is our rollout plan. In this plan, we are going to be focusing on an area which need our services the most. And this is Otoro Taroni. In 3 months, we are going to be finalizing our prototype, community onboarding, system installation. In short, what we are going to be doing in 3 months is to gather reviews and feedback, and also to benchmark our pricing. And like I said, we have 5 individuals with 2 expert teams that have trained us, and we are so ready. Next slide. What makes EcoGrow different? It is our model. Our model is that while others are struggling to sell solar kits, we are bringing a community-based solar hub. While others rely on hubs, the locals don't know how to use the hubs. So we are going to be using an offline payment channels to generate our revenue. And while other companies are also struggling to build trust, we are already rooted into the companies, and we also have our way around it because we made a market research. And also, we are not only going to be providing power, like I said, we are also going to be empowering the youth of that community in order to have jobs, to be able to fend for themselves and others. And also, apart from that, we have undergone a IP training for over 6 months, whereas we are actively working towards to trademark our brand name and brand logo, whereby there will not be name theft. We also copyright our pitch decks like this one, our visual mock-ups, our training guides for the locals, and also the USSD system, so that we are going to prevent whatever form of imitation or duplication. We are also going to be using non-disclosure agreements whenever we are discussing the business model with potential investors, with our tech developers, and also with NGOs, because we are going to be partnering with NGOs. And we are also going to be applying trade secrets to our pricing strategy, our payment logic, and also our rollout plan, like this one I showed earlier, so as to keep us safe from all competitors. Next slide, please. So our hacks. We seek for 20 million naira in seed funding, and also we seek for technical mentorship and support, and we also seek for support to scale across Nigeria, because we are not only going to focus on rural areas in Kano, we intend to go further. And this is a real issue, like I said earlier. The issue is real, the pain is real. The solution is very simple. All we need is the right partners. And with EcoGrow, this is a solution that lasts and lives with the people, like I said. And we're also going to be asking for support of partnership, and also to join us and create this lasting solution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, EcoGrow. A round of applause for EcoGrow once more for such a wonderful presentation and an idea. So while EcoGrow was presenting, we were opportune to be joined with a special guest in our midst. I'm here trying to recognize the presence of the Commissioner, Kano State Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation, in person of His Excellency Yusuf Ibrahim Kofaramata. The governments are here to support you as well. Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to have you with us. So we are taking presentations from the teams who are been through the project and are pitching their ideas for us as well. So moving on to the next presenters for this particular session. Just to remind you, it's still 5 minutes. I'll be here on time. When you see me coming up, just know that you should be rounding up. So, yes, I'm your timekeeper from secondary school. Compile 3. This is not Karaye now. This is not Karaye, under the rain. I used to be in Karaye. It used to be cold as well and hot at the same time. I know. Thank you very much. I don't want to go that route. So, yeah, I just want to ensure that we are still here. So, please, a round of applause for our next presenters. EcoSots, please make your way to the podium for your own presentation. A round of applause for them. Thank you. EcoSots, so the slides should be up. Thank you very much. EcoSots.
Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. While we are waiting for the slide to come out, I want to appreciate IP, Salaye, I want to appreciate WIPO, I want to appreciate NYC, I want to appreciate Blue Safari for this golden opportunity given for us to get this training, and we so much thank you all for this asset that we have acquired. Moving forward, we are here in Kano State, a city that is rich in socio-cultural, economic, and a lot of minerals. But beside this, we are faced with, please next slide, we are faced with challenges of waste management that have caused a lot of pollutions in our environment. These wastes have blocked some drainage pattern, which has resulted in flooding. It has also resulted in many health hazards. So the pollutions of this waste has filled our street and as well as our road. So this could be due to an inability to incorporate the existing waste collectors. We have the Mishara that are collecting the waste, we all know, into proper waste management systems. And we also, this could be due to lack of proper awareness of the effects of this waste on the populace, the effect on the economy, the effect on the health, and the effect of social life. So we present to you EcoSort, innovative idea that is not just, next slide please, not just going to collect the waste, but this waste is going to be sorted out and transformed into a meaningful, useful product that is going to be a source of raw material for our industry. Have you wondered, or are you aware that we have over 10 plastic producing companies here in Kano? This can be a good means of generating revenue. We can transform this waste into raw materials whereby this industry can use it as their start-up product for their day-to-day running. We also tend to incorporate the existing waste collectors, the missionaries, into our initiatives so that they can get the waste as they're collecting from house to house, from marketplaces. They can bring it to our site where the waste will be transformed. We also tend to make sure that these waste are transformed into usable products by our industry. Next slide, please. Now, we are actually unique because thanks to this program that we have been exposed to, we have acquired a lot of training through these 6 months. And I want to assure our investors, and I want to assure all of us that are here, that we have acquired a lot of ideas on how to make sure that this startup idea becomes a reality, and we are capable of making sure that this stands. And also, we want to also let us know that we are making use of existing waste collectors, which are the misharas. So it will reduce the cost of running, it will reduce the cost of sorting, it will reduce the cost of transportation. It will also break the language barrier and also make sure that the communities are also involved. We are also going to partner, please next slide, we are also going to partner with NGOs, government officials, to ensure that this is being actualized. Now, value, already I've discussed this. This is an eco-friendly initiative that will be better than the conventional way of collecting waste, which results in global warming, landfill, and lots more. Let's go to the next one, please. Now, we are going to use the local waste collectors as our part-time workers. We are going to create an enlightenment platform whereby we can make an enlightenment awareness at strategic places like marketplaces where we have a lot of populates that are there, so that they can be aware of our services. We are going to partner with public organizations, with government agencies, with the existing waste management to make sure that this become a reality. Now, our revenue stream, we are going to make sure that this product, after being refarmed to a raw materials, we are going to sell it out to industries within Kano that they need of us, and also we are going to charge the NGOs and also government officials that will seek enlightenment after our routine enlightenment. So other NGOs that will need to come and consult us will be charged for our services. Please, next slide. And also the cost of establishing this is actually at 8.6 million, not really too cost. We have the cost there has been broken down. Our part-time workers for monthly and advertisements, rent, and lot of view. For more details about this, I can actually, because of time, I may not dwell much on this, but I believe that it was duly calculated and we have the statistics right. Please, next slide. So we believe that in our first 3 to 6 months of this initiative coming to reality, that this initiative can grow. We have the potential of growing to about 50%. And we also wish to inform you that the revenue that will be gotten from these initiatives, that 60% of it will be input into getting materials, getting machines, in order to make sure that our sorting become more easier and effective. And also, we're going to consider our industry that patronize us, that have good high revenue turnout. We are going to consider them by ensuring that they have raw material available to them. We're also going to brand our uniform to those that are working for us so that we can actually make this enlightenment, this awareness to be unique. Next slide. So join us. Join us. This is the business model canvas. Please, next slide. So join us as we transform waste in Kano into wealth. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that awesome presentation and the wonderful idea. So a round of applause once more for EcoSalt. Thank you very much for that presentation. We are almost getting there. So we have 2 more presentations, and then we are almost done. So without waiting much time, we are going to call on the next presenters. Please, as I said, you could have your comments written down. There will be a time for feedback coming up, so you can note your comments or supports down for these particular individuals. So calling up next, the next presenters. They are called the Solar Powered Smart Learning System, SPLSS. So please make your way to the podium, SPLSS. So thank you. So I believe they are working on a learning system. So please, the stage is yours to tell us more about what you're doing.
Good morning, all. Invited guests, the technical team, and the organizers, good morning to you all. Core members as well, good morning to you all. Standing on the existing protocol, my name is Hassan Al-Hassan. Before the slide comes up, I would like to extend my appreciations to WIPO Kano, as well as our assigned IP expert and business development expert. Thank you very much for the knowledge that you have passed on to us. So I stand here to present about a solution, solar-powered smart learning system. This solution is inspired by community service and patriotism. It is aimed at solving the problem of digital divide in rural areas of Kano State as well as Nigeria at large. It has come to our notice, especially me, my personal experience. When I was a core member, I was a computer student, a computer teacher. I saw how students in the schools have little access to this digital innovation and digital learning opportunities. So, as well as my other core members that are posted into more rural areas, they spoke about the problem, and we realized that it's a very serious issue. So we come up with a solution to address this problem. Now, there are some existing solutions, but they also pose more problems. For example, higher dependency on internet and electricity. So our solution is a solar-powered offline smart hub that is deployed in the school that gives unlimited access or higher uptime to the teachers and the students in the school environment. So once deployed in the school, it turns that space into a connected learning environment. So the teachers and the learners can connect to it wirelessly without needing internet connection. And then it is also, the source of energy is hybrid. You use solar or generator, backup generator to power it, so there is higher chance for there is high uptime compared to low downtime, as we already have now in most computer labs in schools. You see that even if there is light, there is no internet, or there is internet, but there is no light. So the use of solar and wireless connectivity is to address that issue. So this is an architectural framework for how it will look like. This is the smart box. And then this is how it is getting its energy. This is how students access to it, and this is how the content inside it will look like. So it's a box that is just installed in the school, and then you have that access where every time, all the time. So our vision is to create equal learning opportunities for every child, regardless of their location or electricity access. And then our market opportunity. Based on the research that we did, the total addressable market is about 70,000 public schools in Nigeria, including adult learning and informal learning centers as well, because this is something that cannot only be installed in schools, but also in other learning hubs, learning facilities as well. So, and then our serviceable available market in rural areas, for example, and semi-urban areas without consistent electricity are around 30,000, for example, with 30,000 schools. And then obtainable market opportunity here is 10 schools in northern Nigeria, specifically Kano here. That is where we intend to start our pilot deployment. So we are focusing on state-owned and NGO-supported schools in the sense that our solution is in line with the UN SDG goals, the 7th, the 4th, I think the 10th, and 17th. So also, the EdTech in Africa is growing at a 19.2% compound annual growth rate. That is about 17.5 billion US dollars by 2034. That's around 30 trillion naira. So our revenue include the sale of the hubs to schools and NGOs at a cost of just 30,000 per unit, and then there is that maintenance, and also there is licenses to other organizations to use our learning management system, which is incorporated into the hub. And then our customer segment, we have a discounted price per school, and then annual software update, a plan for this 30,000. Okay, so next, our traction, we have completed concept and MVP architecture, and then we have received feedback from, validated our idea with our assigned IP and business development experts. And then we have also conducted our market research and school engagement. We initiated partner talk with about 2 schools in the rural area here in Kano for feasibility analysis. And then our pilot deployment is 10 schools in rural community, 10 schools. And our consumer acquisition is local government education board, NGOs, direct engagement to school, and so on and so forth. Then we have competitors, of course, Rodicate, ULesson, Eneza. They all have the services they provide. But as you can see, there are some sectors that they are lacking, which we intend to fill in the gap. We are offline. We have a consistent energy source, or at least something that will have a higher uptime compared to independent electricity that we have now. And then our culturally relevant content that is embedded within our learning management system. We localize content that is aligned with our educational system. And then next, this is the composition of our team. I, for one, am the team lead of this group, and this is my background. I'm a computer science graduate from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. I'm also an EdTech instructor as well as mentor. I'm also a software developer with 4 years of experience in web development and software development. And this is our future roles. Before we initiate our project, we will have the project lead, software engineer, and hardware consultant, content curator, as well as community liaison. So this is our own financial breakdown. As you can see, the total revenue, the total cost, 300K for about 10 schools that we say for our pilot deployment. This is the cost breakdown. It is duly calculated. I would have some few things to say in the next slide about this in our funding acts. So next slide, please. Okay, so this is the amount that we are requesting. As you can see, we are requesting a sum of 3 million naira only to have a pilot deployment in Kano here. So this is our IP assets. We have the copyright, trademark, and the trade secret. Our UI UX, we intend to protect them using the copyright. And the educational videos that are inside the learning management system also, we intend to protect them using copyright. We'll print out our UI UX design while filing for the copyright to the NCC. As well as our trademark, we brand our brand name, logo, and slogan will also be trademarked. And our trade secret, the syncing algorithm, because you're not relying on internet, so there has to be some syncing algorithm that works in a powerful and mysterious way. So we intend to protect that using trade secrets. And then also, other source of income that we plan to get in the future is through commercialization and licensing. So white labeling, we might white label it to a government organization who may want our service in their name, but they want us to do the work. And then we franchise to other similar service providers who may want to expand to other locations. So we get to also get more income from them as well. So this is the name of our solution, Luminate, as you can see. It's inspired by the solar, the learning and everything. And our slogan, learning without limits, in every language, everywhere. So this is not just a tech solution. It's an opportunity to transform education, help us bring inclusive learning to every corner of Nigeria. And with a total of 3 million naira alone to be repaid within 18 months, we can initiate a lean startup or deployment in 10 rural schools in Kano State. So join us to bring education to the last mile. Thank you very much.
Hello, good afternoon, and thank you very much for those wonderful session. A round of applause once more again for him. So thank you very much. As we have heard, we have had different ideas from these startups who are looking to provide indigenous solutions and then trying to drive impact with the solutions they are making, coupled with what they have gained throughout the trainings as well. So I would want to call out these teams in no order. Please, I just want to have you on the stage for something briefly. So please, in no order, I want to welcome Eco Fuel. Please, can you be on the podium? Eco Fuel, in no other. An applause for Eco, please. Thank you. The next one, Eco Group, please be on the podium. Eco Growth. Escort Kanu, please, would you be on the stage as well? Escort Kanu. Post Harvest, please, would you be on the stage? Please, this is a very special thing I want to do right now. I want to present something, so please, I want you guys to pay attention. So I believe we have Post Harvest on the stage. We have Eco Fuel on the stage. We have then SPLS. Please, would you be on the stage, please? Okay, so please, it's a personal request for all of us. Please, DJ, I needed that special thing. Yes, they have done a lot, and many has brought ideas as well. So I want to celebrate these ones for some reason. Please, if you hear this song, I want to see you. Please, if you're like that, please, not that song, please. You're ruining my surprise. You've gotten it? Please, DJ. I went there to tell him that, please, surprise me. So please, he's going to do something. There's something I especially made for them, right? Through somebody. So I want to celebrate them. Some people have kept to time. Some people also made some announcements. So there's something I want to show for them, and I think it's worth the wait. So just keep smiling, right? We keep smiling. It's worth the wait. I love this kind of moments, right? So, are we there yet? Okay, so we'll be taking feedbacks immediately after these activities. We'll get to hear from the audience and some special guests based on the presentation that was made, and to get what these people need to improve on, what they need to work on, and how best we can support them. Remember, at the cost of this particular session, we had different inputs, we have different investments for them as well. And then in as much as possible, if we have ways to support these young entrepreneurs, please let us offer a hand so that we can be able to work together, not just them on the stage, every other person working together. I believe there's a lot of opportunities. They were mentioning that when they opened this registration, there was a larger turnout from Kano for participating in this particular event. So I believe we have the numbers for a reason, and then we are bringing innovations along the way. Are we there? Please, this is my surprise, please. If you heard the song, if your legs are not paining you, please, let's have that. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, this is the song, please. If
champions, for the champions, stand up for the champions, for
Fantastic. Can we give them a round of applause? Congratulations, guys. Please have your seats, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. And the champions, you can kindly take your seats now. Walk like champions that you are. You know that thing, you're struggling to smile. You know you want to smile. But you're just keeping, you have to stay cool. Maintain the steeze. Fantastic. Yes, walk like the champion. Wonderful. That was amazing, amazing. Hard work pays. And then, there's always that moment of rewarding hard work. Can we give them another round of applause once again? All right. Now, very quickly, we have just, much less than half an hour to go, and then we'll be done with the program. But I'm going to just take two people to give feedback from the audience. Then we will have our special guest also give a few comments. If I will just appeal so that we can all also leave on time. You can summarize your comments about 2 minutes and all that. But I can just, if I have two people from the corpus, the audience, anybody, 2 hands up. Do I have 2 people? 1? Anybody else? Okay, and 2, sir. So I'm just going to have, no, wait, that's not just 2 people. Where are you? All right, great. The other mic, where is it? Usman, can I have you help to... So very quickly, let's take feedback. Now this is your moment to hear criticism. We've clapped now, so hear the feedback.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Shetspadullah. I'm an environmentalist, and I serve in the Ministry of Environment, basically. So my recommendation and observation will be towards the environmental-related ideas. Now, for the second person in particular, he was speaking about the biogas and stuff like that. So my only question is, what collaborations do you have with existing environmental body in Kano State, especially the Ministry of Environment? Right now, the Ministry of Environment has a lot of ideas, agendas in that aspect. Right now, I can even tell you they are one of the most functioning ministry right now in Kano State. So I think you should come on board with them, talk to them. That is a very brilliant idea. I applaud you for that. Then, for the guy that was speaking on digital marketing, also showcase. Now, I love the idea. I love the plan. But now, my problem is it for only Kano State? Number 1. Number 2, you are more or less introducing these people to digital marketing. What is your plan to train them? If they are not using the already existing platform, like Facebook, Twitter, what gives you the assurance that they are going to use your platform? And we all know digital marketing. As a creative myself, I design graphics for ads and all. Whenever you are going into the digital marketing, it is very tough at the beginning. How do you intend to keep them, even when it is tough? How do you intend to keep them going? For them to still continue to use your brand, because that's the only way you're going to make it through that aspect. The last one, Echo Sort Kano. I love the idea. But then, do you realize there is Wapan? Wapan is doing something very, very close to what you are doing. How do you intend to explain yourself to people that, okay, you are the better fit than Wapan? Wapan already has a lot of these 10 companies that you said are doing what you are doing. How do you intend to also let them know that, okay, you're also good with what you are doing? I think that's just all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, brilliant. A round of applause. I love that. Thank you so much. So collaboration and also getting your idea to people, for people to accept it. All right, sir. Please, let's hear your feedback.
Honorable Commissioner, good afternoon. And I'd like to observe all due protocol.
Thank you, sir.
Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Yusuf Asur Dambata, MNI. I'm a financial and management consultant. I do not have money to offer these young talents, but I offer them one thing, my innovation. I'm right now working on a concept called proxy management. Those who go to annual general meetings, they know what proxy means. And during the course of my research, while I was doing my master's in business administration in 1994, I came across a problem which has to do with managerial know-how. You know, you have capital, you have money, you have resources, but managing them sometimes becomes a problem. Now, in that respect, I developed a concept which I call proxy management. That is to say, as a consultant, and it's particularly for small and medium enterprises and upcoming businesses like this. So if you have a business that you are doing, whether it's existing or it's coming off, we as experienced consultants, we offer to work with you as part of the management so that we could advise you on areas that you have problems, particularly to do with management. I was a manager of state-owned companies for two good companies anyway, and I've managed to produce results in those two companies for the first time. And these were all companies that were established in the 60s. Recently, we also consulted for a restaurant right now in Katsina. We call it Corner Meat Shop. And it's now the best restaurant in Katsina. So we have what we're offering to the entrepreneurs here is that anytime they have problems, they are free to come to my office so that we could discuss them collectively and come up with a solution. I do not have money because I'm a retiree, but I have a lot of ideas in me. So this is my offer to the entrepreneurs. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Can we give him a round of applause? I think that is amazing. That is brilliant. There's nothing more precious than learning from those who have gone way ahead, right? And I think I would encourage you, entrepreneurs, don't let it pass you by. Okay, take the most advantage, squeeze all you can from it. He has really given you an open door, and I think you should take advantage of it. So I'll move to our special guests. We'd love to take feedback from our special guests. Should I go one after the other, or do we have specifics? Okay. Okay. Anybody with the feedback from the back row? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Standing on the existing motion, my name is Shitu Abibat Dasala. I'm representing the state coordinator, NYSC Kano State. I'm happy to be here today with all the core members from Nasarawa. I'm super proud of you all. I think we have a little time before this invite got to us. Like, we just have like 2 days for this invitation, and I have to deliver. And I'm happy we make it to this place today. Firstly, let me say I'm happy with this little or not so little event. And I know it will surely be a memorable one. Because from these participants already, I already have a core member that is from Nasarawa. And he told me today when he saw me, "Ma, I'm going to make you proud here today." And I'm very happy he was among those that was called outside. And he surely made us proud today. So please, to the 50 lucky participants, I told you when this group was created, you are selected few, and I count you all responsible. Among the 2006 core members we have in Nasarawa, I selected these 50, not as if we want to see your face, just like the LGI once told you this morning. That is not as if your face is beautiful or something. No. We just know you can do it, and you make us proud. According to our NYS, we have a particular program we call SAID. And the SAID means Skills Acquisition Entrepreneurship Development. We do this in camp, and we still have outside training for core members. And I think I want to ask these 50 core members a question. so that I will see if they are really paying attention to this program or not. Because I'm very sure among these participants, they already know the meaning. Because when I saw the invite and I saw this IP Salaye, the first thing that came through my mind is the founder, the CEO, or whosoever is coming up with this program should be a Yoruba man or woman. Immediately I saw that. Because Yoruba, it actually means, Salaye means explain. But today, this Salaye means another thing. So I want someone among the 50 of you core members here to tell me the meaning of that Salaye. Can you? I want to know if you'll be paying attention to the program, please. Who can tell me the meaning? Wow. Thanks so much. They are making me proud again.
A round of applause for yourself.
Thanks so much. So I would like to talk to them again. Just be good ambassadors, please. We have 7 core members among you, and we have ex-core members among you. Please, always be proud. I'm so happy. In fact, what they are coming up with today, I think this man that went, this Agile CEO, I will also commend him for the token. It's not actually a token. 50,000 is huge. Of course, I love that. And in statement, he said today, we might not be sitting with them again in the nearest future. Yes, I know you guys are going to places, and you surely make yourself proud. You make your family proud. You make NYSC a whole proud of you, so that when I see you on the screen, I can say, yes, this was once our product. I'll be so proud of you, and you'll be proud of yourself. With this little, I have a lot to say, and I know I won't be able to chance too much to do that. We have other people that might come, but because of the schedule, we are in camp. So I happen to be at home, so that's why I'm representing the state coordinator. So please, and I think we have a lot of dignitaries here today that I'm seeing. And I'm so happy they are here too.
Thank you
please,
so much.
Please, our commissioner, I would like to let me say, ask for assistance on behalf of everybody here today. Because he already came out with one. He said he's a retiree, that there's no how he will give them money. But what he's giving them is more than the money.
Yes.
If there's anybody here today that can support with money or even something that is more than money, please, let's do that too. And Ijia Mariam, the Blue Sapphire Hoop, thanks so much for what you've been doing. May Almighty Allah continue to bless you all. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. A round of applause. Thank you so much for those wonderful comments. All right, sir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good afternoon all. Please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. My name is Lukman Bairo. I stand here to represent the Nigeria Computer Society, Kano chapter. I'm here, in fact, coming here, when I saw IP, my brain went to IP address. So it's really a bit of a knowledge for me that I have. It's an intellectual property that we're discussing. So I have learned personally, even though it's something that deals with technology, of course. And all these submissions that we heard, all the winners, even those that were not called, I think they did something amazing. They showed that they went ahead and brainstormed, and then they collaborated. One of the major things that we have as problem in this area is lack of collaboration. We do things in silos. Just like one of the NYC core members said, people are doing what already exists. So why don't we come together? Just like, let me tell you about the computer society, for example. We have a lot of hubs that operate in silos. Instead of merging and achieving much more, we already know that Kano State, it's like they say to Mbigua, we have a lot of things in Kano. We have a lot of innovations, but most of which are not seen, because some would have some pathways with other, maybe NGOs to do one thing or the other. But if we come together and collaborate, I had one discussion with someone in Innovate. He was telling me the same thing, that we see ourselves as competitors in Kano IT ecosystem. But we're not actually a competition. We're supposed to be merging things, merging efforts, and of course, tapping the advantages of sponsors. We have not only few. We have a lot of people that are capable of supporting one or hundred or millions of innovators in Kano State. And I'd like to also, I'm sure our commissioner is here, maybe he would add that in his own closing remarks. We're holding this year for the first time ever something that has never happened in the Northwest. We've been having conferences in other regions of Nigeria, but thank God this year in Kano State we're hosting the International Conference of Computer. And NCS stands for the umbrella body of all computing in Nigeria, but I'm sure most of those in computer don't even know that. I'm sure if I ask one or two people that are in IT, what does NCS mean or what do they do, they would hardly answer that. So please, this is an avenue for you, for me, and for all of us. Like I told you, knowledge is not something you joke with. I was wondering whether IP is something that I should just understand, but now that I have gotten it, I'm sure there are other things that I need to involve more in to know. And for the philanthropists, sir, you have offered something extremely important. It's not about money always, it's about sharing these ideas. Sometimes small push will put people at a higher space. Even though the address of the office, I'm sure, is going to be disclosed later. Thank you very much, and thank you, Blue Sapphire. I think I came here through Blue Sapphire. I know her before now. And then the NYC. Madam, you have done well. Congratulations. Under the rain, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for him once again. All right, we are fast running out of time. I will just invite, okay, all right, sorry. So we'll just invite upstage the Honorable Commissioner for Science, Technology, and Innovation to give his comments and also then present certificate. Honorable Commissioner, sir. A round of applause for him.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Country Director, Dr. Modi, Honorable Haji Amarian, the Blues Fire, who happen to be the technical advisor to the Minister, our senior MNI and other dignitaries here, including Director ICT, and the President of the Computer Kano State, representing the national body, all other co-members, gentlemen of the press, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhum. It was a great honor and a privilege to be with you here, especially representing His Excellency Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf, who has a vision and a mission for the youth, especially youth graduating students. There are a lot of opportunities here in Kano, and that is why I'm here with you to discuss with you, interact with you, and to see what you are going to offer, and also to highlight you on what the government can offer to you. And I'm very happy that you are ready to move the country forward. You are ready for national unity, and you are also ready for the national development. For this, I'm congratulating you, also congratulating the NYSC Kano, including the intellectual property under the watchdog of Dr. Modi, and also the Blue Sapphire who coordinated this event. Congratulations to you all. After that, I think we are going to liaise with the Marian. Here, my director ICT will remain with you. What we should do, if you have any idea or if you want His Excellency to link you with any other ministry, I think we can do it now. So one of my directors is here. He will stay with you. I heard someone is saying like something like Ministry of Environment. I think the Ministry of Environment has a lot of projects, a lot of funding, and is open to all of you. So I can link you with the commissioner and whatsoever you want to do with it. Likewise, any infrastructure, anything that you want to offer, I think the door is open. That's the best I can offer you today. Inshallah, the director ICT Malam Habu will stay with you. He will collaborate with the Haji Amarian so that we see what we can do today, or what we are going to start today. For this, I'm congratulating you. Please don't forget, with the spirit of NYIC, the rationale and the mission vision of the NYIC, including the objectives for the oneness Nigeria, oneness country, and one nation. Please contribute to the unity, peace, and the harmony for the Nigerian society at large. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best.
Very much. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, if you don't mind. Yes. Can I also invite the director, the WIPO Nigeria office, to come forward? And then I'm also going to ask Abubakar Machika from the Blue Sapphire team. We're going to be presenting certificates to the participants.
All right. Can I have Ibrahim Jamilu? Come in. Udo Michael. Udo Michael David. Pestus.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You go prefer to snack, you get the plan, nothing I no go fit finance.